Is the competition often generates a large number of ideas which are useful in terms of developing in the final brief. So that's the value a client gets.
Criteria. I think the whole point of a design competition is to recognize the value of the design that's being proposed.
It's a lifestyle problem. And there's no point us designing zero carbon homes if someone's lifestyle has 3 cars, 5 foreign holidays a year, and eats beef every dinner. So I think it's a lifestyle issue, and we're just been discussing one little bit of it, and architecture has to address the whole thing, or has opportunity to address and support.
If people's lifestyles are not sustainable, we have to look at the system. We have to look at how people are being made accountable to it. And I think it's part carrot, part stick. There has to be something which is, marketing to people to encourage, but at the same time, there has to be something from above trying to govern what creates a sustainable lifestyle.
Point is, you've got to understand a couple of things. Most of what we're going to work on together will never happen. The second thing is, if it does happen, it's going to take a long time to happen. And if you can accept those two things, then you can practice. And I think that's just the nature of it.
As a consultant now, I find more interesting the approval and transformation process than the project itself. And I think as professionals, we should be starting designing those processes, meaning, the complexity of making things happening. And
when we're interviewing people, it's one of those things where people feel, if they feel that they're being is unfair, it's, that's part of the reason you lose people. If even if they're not the same and the result's still the same, and you can explain why that is and it's genuine, then I think people understand it. But as a first move, definitely doing transparent pay bands and promotions is a really good.
And I took some tips from baby bonuses for male and female staff. That's a new one on me, but everybody across the industry is trying to improve things, and we learn from other practices. So that's also the challenge, is keeping the conversation going.
Rather than planning for it for a single event, think about it as, okay, right, we're going to put it here, but then, that's only going to be for half a year. Where could it go next? And start to plan it in, and ideally in the local environment, or ship it somewhere else, fine, because shipping is relatively low, half of it.
What would be the situation where we can measure social value is before and after capturing. So how do you do this is really through interviewing stakeholders, interviewing people who come to the events, interviewing people around events.